episode of Minecraft Disney World. Today we're going to take a look at one of my favorite rides in Disney's Hollywood Studios, and of course it's the Great Movie Ride. It is indeed a great movie ride. It opened in May 1st of 1989 and closed August 13, 2017. Which is, May 1st, 19 is actually the opening day of the theme park, back then when it was called MGM Studios. That's because Disney had a deal with MGM, and which is why most of the movies featured in this ride are either by MGM or were owned by MGM. United Airlines at the time. Now, what's interesting to know is, while this is an icon sort of headline ride of MGM's back in the day, it was so much more important than that because it's actually the ride that caused there to be an MGM Studios and a Hollywood Studios. You see, back then, there was going to be a Hollywood pavilion at Epcot that Michael Eisner and Marty Sklar were working on, and it was going to be this ride, essentially, but then they took a look at the ride, and they realized that there was so much more portion than that. In fact, there was enough potential to make an entire theme park out of the movies, and that was sort of the birth of MGM Studios. They made this half-day park, and this was the centerpiece. The outside of the building was modeled after Gaumont Chinese Theater in Hollywood. Although they call it just the Chinese Theater because they didn't have the rights to Gaumont, and what it is, there's a slow-moving ride. You sit in these long, big cars with a bunch of other people, and you go through these famous scenes in the movies, like Singing in the Rain, like we're seeing right here. And it's just a ride of some most famous iconic movies that you see this scene. This was actually going to be the sister ride to another great movie ride. Not a lot of people know this, but back in the day, there were deals to make an entire section of the park based on the Muppets, and it was going to be called Muppet Movie Land. There was going to be a ride there called the Great Muppet Movie Ride, and it was going to be very similar to this ride, except rather than people in all these famous movie scenes, it would have been Muppets in these favorite movie scenes. Unfortunately, Jim Henson passed away and the deal sort of fell through. Now, a fun fact coming up is that in this scene, if you've never been on the ride, it's sort of kind of like a western. You get caught in the middle of a shootout between a bunch of bank robbers and sheriffs. The animatronic for one of those sheriffs shooting at the bank robbers is actually an old Thomas Jefferson animatronic from the Hall of Presidents. We're coming up here, folks, on the Alien scene. Now, what's interesting about the Alien scene? It's the only movie that isn't owned by Disney or MGM or United Artists or Lucasfilms. Anything else is one of those categories. The reason that's the case is because Disney actually licensed for an Alien because they were going to make an Alien ride in the Magic Kingdom, but that ended up turning into the original called the Extraterrestrial Experience, which later turned into Stitch's Great Escape. Alien Encounter, Alien. They had the license and they wanted to use it, so they ended up using it in the Great Movie Ride. Now that we've got here, we've got the scene from Indiana Jones. It's actually one of the rooms where you could find a hidden Mickey. You can find the Donald Duck and I believe Mickey Mouse and one of the hieroglyphics on the wall. Now, one thing that this ride that you're not seeing here was that it was supposed to be in it was originally the Wizard of Oz. Now the Wizard of Oz, I should clarify, is in here, but it's not in here as much as it was originally planned. And I'm going to take a quick second and point out this plane. This is the front half of the plane that they cut in half of the Casablanca scene, that back ended of the plane in the Jungle Cruise. But going back to the original story, because Wizard of Oz was a special case, they had to pay per minute to use the Wizard of Oz. And the rumor is that the Wizard of Oz running cost was about $1 million a minute, which is a lot of money. So they ended up cutting down a lot of the Wizard, and they sort of focused on this being the main part of it. Now, one of my favorite parts coming up in the next scene is actually the finale. And what it is, it's a fantastic montage. It sort of is a tribute to cinema. And it's just a couple of minutes long. And granted, and it is a lot of Disney films and a lot of MGM films. It sort of limits the scoop, but it's just a great tribute to cinema as a whole one. And I'm gonna end up to it because you can't record it in Minecraft, obviously, but it's definitely worth the watch. And that's pretty much the Great Movie Ride. It's a fantastic ride. It's sort of old, so it's not a thrill ride. It's unfortunately no longer the icon center point of Hollywood Studios. That's more Tower of Terror these days. But think anyone who's there, whatever you're in this, so you're actually in Hollywood Studios, you cannot check it out anymore because the ride is gone. But most people, but you can still virtually see in Minecraft Disney World. You can check it out because it was a way to experience, to immerse yourself in some amazing films, and it's really just the spirit of the theme park. In case, I hope you enjoyed this and have a fantastic week. And I hope to see you all for the next episode of Minecraft Disney World. Bye, everybody.